ticking in my clock's ticking in my clock's ticking in my clock's ticking in my head. Red numbers glowing red. Deep breath in my chest. I'm done holding back. On the same cold floor, warm path to the same old door. Every Sunday thrown on a pile, dust on dreams I haven't touched in a while. I've been scrolling through a life on pause, ghosted my own cause, but this pulse in my veins says move. This second is the only proof I'm wide awake. Heart like a hand grenade. Pull the pin, I'm done being afraid. Catch it while it's burning. Feel the fuse, don't let it die. This is now, this is our time. Don't you blink, don't let it slide.
Yo, what is happening, everybody? So listen, we've got a fucking problem. We're going to talk about it in just a minute or two. Please like and share. YouTube ain't going to be sharing this.
Don't let it pass you by. Old fears in a brand new day. Same chains with a different name, but I'm sick of living half alive, watching every perfect chance drive by. I want dirt on my hands, my knees, laugh lines from falling free. If it hurts, at least it's real. Scars are just the way we.
All right. No. Yeah. All right. So we've got a problem on social media, and it's been a long time in the making. AI has given us multiple gifts with its arrival. I use it every day. And when we look at AI as something to serve us, it's great. Okay, especially from an individual point of view. No budget, no a team to work with. You can create some amazing projects. And YouTube, of course, is a place for that, right? We love to see the evolution of AI, how Will Smith went from looking like a freak show eating spaghetti to looking like an 8K render of him eating spaghetti. And anyone who's ever used AI or done any kind of artwork or promotional tools, you'll come across guidelines, safety guidelines, right? One of them being, make me a thumbnail of Donald Trump. They might be, well, we can make you someone who looks like him and all of this stuff. I even had a thumbnail I was making where there was an AI woman and she was holding a man's shirt like this. She was standing sideways and holding the man's shirt and looking at the camera. And I asked the AI to remove the hand that was holding the shirt. And it said, it can't due to the AI guidelines for nudity. This wasn't what I was asking you, AI. But there is those barricades. Now, what we're going to delve into today is a normalization tactic that is staring us in the face when it comes to adults and children having relationships. Okay, when we look at what happened during the woke movement, and even in the UK, we had multiple trials greenlit for children to be given puberty blockers. Now, when we look at the grand scheme of evil, all right, what could we possibly want to have adults that look like children for? And you can tell me that's not what it is. But let's just imagine a world where some evil fucks have put together an injection or a tablet that will allow you to freeze yourself at 13 years old, but it'll be a legal 21-year-old. You can see where there's a problem starting to form, right? Because when you have a 21-year-old that looks like a 13-year-old, there could be a lot of facilitation to some warped inclinations, shall we say. Now, there's going to be a certain mindset out there who says, why is this a big deal? No one's getting hurt, right? It's better that they do this, right, than they go and hurt a kid. Sure, but that was the argument when I took on Pornhub and had them remove hundreds of thousands of child-sized sex dolls that were being used in content. It's the same thing. It's normalizing, and it's giving these individuals an area in which to find something relatable within the mainstream. This has no place in the mainstream. What you're about to see is absolutely beyond comprehension for most people. And some of you may have even seen this stuff, okay? So how do you go about creating a child that's going to be an AI-generated sexualized character? Well, you create a 4'6", 4'5", 21-year-old with a child's body, right? And this is what I have stumbled across. I went down a very mad rabbit hole with this, and it went from one thing to another. And I'm going to put up one of these for you just now. So, first of all, we're going to start off where things look a lot. If things look innocent, right? Okay, we have this young girl. I met 3 of my favorite subscribers in real life to shoot something special, right? And you don't really get the sense that this is a kid, right? And obviously you continue through the video, and of course it's going to come to the end of the video where you're going to see exactly what they all got up to, right? Now, on surface level, this doesn't seem like a big deal, right? It just seems like nonsense. It's some freaking blonde-haired chick who is being sexualized, created an AI. A lot of people won't realize that, though, okay? Now, where's the problem in that, right? Where's the problem in that? Okay, I agree. We'll keep going, right? We'll keep going. So this is the same account, all right? And this is telling mum not to worry. It's just a school trip. Whoa! Wait a minute. Let's rewind this a second. Because you're 21, right? You're selling yourself as this 21-year-old. And in fact, here's how she sells herself right here. This 21-year-old. Okay? Now, when you've got someone saying they're 21 and 5 foot or 4'5", 4'6", and this is the content that they're normalizing, where we've got telling mum not to worry, it's just a school trip. Just a school trip, guys. And then this is what we're normalizing, right? This is what we're normalizing. We're normalizing content that glorifies young girls having sexual relations with their adult teachers, right? That's what I'm seeing. So how do we go from being a 21-year-old to now being in high school, right? How does that happen? Who is this content for? Who exactly is this content for? We continue on. My dad always asked why I was so close with my male coach, only for him to realize that he nutted inside of me for the whole season. What are we doing? Like, why is this allowed on the YouTube platform? Why are we allowed? Why is this becoming a trending way of, like, I'm honestly lost for words on this, right? And we keep going through it all. We're now going into idolizing her dad's friends. Okay, my dad's friend saying I could last an hour with all 3 of them, and you know where this cuts to. It's going to be more sexualized images of. I just want to say as well, this is Margot Robbie's face that's been turned into a child. The account that this is on, which I've sliced off all identifiable anythings, right? It's Margot Robbie's face that this creator's used, and there we go. So you carry on through all this, right? And it continues to promote this sexualized. My dad wondering why my football coach keeps staring at me. You know where this is going to go. We then have one about her dad before my father found out he wasn't my biological dad. You know, and to really hit home the AI, we've got an Adidolf t-shirt, okay, which is now going to be featured at the end, right? Just to batter it home after he found out. So what are we saying here? What are we saying here? You fucking had sex with your dad when he found out he wasn't your real dad. Is that the content we're pushing here? Is this the stuff that is this the stuff? Because this channel has over 41 million views. Okay, this has got 41 million views. So trust me. And this is where it all kind of came to a head for me, was with this video. Okay, because the tone changes here. The tone very much changes from this is not what should be on YouTube. Kids shouldn't be subjected to content. It's just a school trip. What's the worst that could happen? I mean, who is this for? Who is this being pushed out to? Because what we're seeing here is the start and the ending of abuse content with all of the illegal abuse removed. And when these YouTube sites are pushing this out and promoting it and getting over 41 million views, YouTube is assisting this content being pushed out there. And trust me, YouTube is more than capable of keeping a close eye on what is going on across their platform. Now, we move into the realm of the character coming to life now. And again, what am I looking at? Like, this is a teenage girl with a overdeveloped figure, Margot Robbie's face, and she's been touted as a 21-year-old who's in skits and AI content about her being abused by her father, her teacher, and her coach. Showing her crying, showing she didn't like it. Exactly. We are glorifying and normalizing this excessive age gap. We're normalizing adults being with children. This is exactly what we're looking at and what is staring us in the face. It just gets worse. I'm not going to play all of this one, right? You can see where it's going to go, right? So she starts here, okay? She starts here, and her leg ends up coming all the way around to about here. And as you can imagine, there's areas in which, become quite under strain of her leotard throughout of that. And we know exactly what this creator is trying to do. We know exactly what this creator is feeding into. All right. And there's a larger picture here, right? It's the communities behind the community. It's what is the sales pitch? Because for me, as soon as I seen this being a form of content that YouTube was sharing, I was like, very interesting. Very interesting. So what is this? An old man sniffing the sweaty gooch of a young girl after she gets up off a chair. Like, I really don't understand. Now, we then merge into a different type of content, which is this artificially created woman talking about how all of her boyfriends say that her lady parts are too tight, and my ex-40 left me because my was too tight. Like, this is some pedophile fucking fantasy shit. Right? This is like let's remove all the illegal bits and leave you with a sales pitch. Okay? Because the sales pitch is coming, right? This is all got to lead somewhere. It just goes on and on and on. And on and on and on and on. There's over 100 videos, okay, on this channel. You can see the shtick. Okay, we've got the squatting videos in the tight pants. We've got her with older men. We've got her standing looking very much like a teenage girl. Then we kind of flip it and we go back to hey, I'm a 4'7", 21-year-old model, right? Are you though? Are you? Because I'm not being funny. Do you see this shit? Do you see that? Where would you even buy this? Where would this ever become available. Where are you buying that for a fucking child? You fucking morons. So this is content, is it? This is YouTube in 2026, is it? Are we ready for another fucking adpocalypse? You all better hold on. Because this is what you call skirting the legal loopholes, right? Hey, she's 21, right? Are you saying that 4'7" women can't be represented? No, I'm not. I'm saying that 4'7" AI created childlike fucking Margot Robbies have no place on fucking social media. They have no place in a world where people are going to use them for gratifying sexual urges towards children. Okay? Can't get any worse though, right? It can't get any worse though, right? So you dig a little deeper, right? You dig a little deeper into this fucking filth, and you've discovered that this channel, well, it has a paid Telegram. A private paid Telegram, where this little model, well, she does all kinds of content. She does all kinds of content, allegedly. You understand what I'm saying, right? If we've got a 21-year-old that an AI has been convinced is 21, okay? And you generate photorealistic images of that person, and then you talk to another AI that is very much inclined to not give a fuck about all the legal loopholes. They're out there, okay? But this has got the face of an adult, right? So this is a 4'7" adult, right? You know what I'm saying? This is going to be the next wave of horror shows. Okay, we are talking about little kids who are the most impressionable little bastards in the world. Young women, young girls, seeing shit like this and not understanding what they're seeing. And you can tell me, they're going to know it's AI. George, should we go in the fucking comments, shall we? Let's go in the fucking comment section. Let's have a little frickin' look over here. Okay, 6 days ago, so beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. You look beautiful in that outfit, so beautiful. Love the outfit and you look great wearing it, kiss, kiss, kiss. Nice to meet you always. Love your choice of colour in your nightwear. I have no doubt what you are covering has its own beauty. Very attractive. Love your beauty, beautiful, most definitely beautiful. You're absolutely gorgeous. What the fuck? Y'all better not have your shit linked to these YouTubes. Okay, y'all better not have wives or like fucking like lives, okay? Yes, I would anytime. Yes, of course. You're a keeper. Oh my God, that little red outfit is definitely wow. Simply gorgeous. Who are you, Steve-O? What's happening, Steve? Let's see how well put together your life is, mate. There's a lot of very interesting account creation shit surrounding the communities of these pages too. So what we've discovered is these do lead to off-platform third-party services. Okay, we're talking about individuals who are having their fucked up thoughts catered to in a loopholey world. Okay, where they're not seeing children depicted. It's really, really short 21-year-olds. With teenage girls' bodies, I might add. So, if let's say I'm wrong, and the whole world has pivoted to 4'6" women being they are the new supermodel, right? Why is it not everywhere? Why is this not like? Do you see what I'm saying? The world hasn't changed its mind on women. This is a normalization tool. The telegrams lock down through crypto gateways. So me personally, no, I have not. Obviously, is Islam right about women? You know, I think Islam's profoundly wrong about women, where the Quran preaches that if a woman is raped, she needs to have at least 4 male witnesses in order to, you know, have her crimes be taken seriously, or face imprisonment or marrying her rapist. There is a lot of barbaric madness that takes place in a ancient order masking itself as a religion. It's fucking off its tits, mate. Laughable. That's why we don't want anything to do with it in our fucking country. It's not Islamophobic. It's we don't want our kids being fucking married off at fucking 12, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Sorry, that sounds fucked. Go to one of the countries that agree with your mind. That's what I would suggest, because shit's going to get real fucking nasty here. Metaphorically speaking, of course. You know, verbally. You know, peacefully. Of course. All right, so YouTube is now a place where we can be expecting to see a new wave of Elsa Gate content, inappropriate generated animations. Well, let's just change animation to AI, right? And YouTube needs to get ahead of this now, because it didn't take much for me to continue digging, okay? And the narrative is clear throughout all of this, okay? It's young preteen bodies with what looks like a woman's face being promoted in scenarios that are traumatizing, absolutely traumatizing moments in some children's lives. And it's being glorified as some normal thing to occur. Like, this is not a normal thing. And again, I just want you to pay attention to the height of this character. Okay? This is a child. If you just showed this snippet and asked what people thought they were looking at, you would say, oh, a child getting up and walking off a bench, right? So that's what we're fucking looking at. You might sell it to YouTube that your ex at 48 left you because your freaking hoo-ha was too tight. That's some bullshit right there. This is some PDF file normalization tactic madness. We've seen it 1,000 times. We've seen it with the AM movement. We've seen it with the fucking, the baguette, hashtag baguette pish. We've seen it over and over again. We've seen it with Pi, fucking, 30, 40, 50 years ago, where Pi were trying to normalize pedophilia so that 4-year-olds could consent to fucking sexual relations. No, mate. And what we're seeing here is a pure example that there is absolutely nothing other than a tactic to be used to put into the minds of vulnerable children that it's okay if your coach fucks you. It's okay if your dad fucks you. It's okay if your teacher fucks you. None of that's okay. None of those narratives are okay. None of that is entertainment for anyone. All you're doing is creating an algorithm that will keep feeding people what it is that they've clicked and searched on. Because when I went down this rabbit hole, I knew I wanted to stay on this one account and flick through every single short, so the algorithm started sharing more of it, right? And boy did it. So now we've got a new character. Now we've got the young, long-distance truck driver narrative. What? So we have this teenage-looking girl with her legs wide open. Okay, I might add, there's a comment on this as well about airing it out on the fucking road or something. It's fucking mad. And this is all, again, glorifying taboo scenarios, okay? We've got more seat sniffing. We've got a whole bunch of things that take place. It's the exact same content format, right? And then we'll cut to a scene of them all together in the back, right? Is that this one? Well, look, trust me. You can see the content is just repeating itself. we have this young, underage girl. My new co-driver kept calling me his fave lot lizard. Like, this is not okay. This is not okay. All right? Under any way, shape, or form, none of this is all right. To showcase any kind of adult and child relation and just remove the relation part and show us the beginning and the end, you're normalizing the mindset, YouTube. You are reinforcing these perverts' brains that what they're doing, there is a community for. When you allow comment sections to breed comments that bring people together with that kind of mindset, you are not doing nothing but throwing petrol on the fire that is the pedophile fucking movement. And it's disgusting. We live in a world where we're staring fucking multiple celebrities and these fucktards in the face with the Epstein files, and nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. We now have a new wave of content that's being used to glorify some of the worst moments in people's lives into algorithmically friendly, consumable, short formats. That there's no other reason for that other than normalizing what you're seeing. And what you're seeing is 100% the glorification of adult and child relations. Whether it's being sold as a 21-year-old who's 4'7". Okay, we all seen that show, right? Where that tiny lady, tiny woman reality show dating, right? The fuck was her name? Right, there are small people, right? There are little people. I've not seen a little person that looks like this. Okay, there are little people that look like little people, right? But I've never looked at a little person and went, there's a 12-year-old with an adult's head. Do you know what I'm saying? Never. You know? This is not okay. All right? So where does it go from here? Because just in the thumbnail alone, we have a child who's been abused by her teacher. Let me just cut to this a second so I can just batter this home. I can get, sorry, I lost, there we go. So we've got a teacher glorifying a young girl being abused on a camping trip by a teacher. She's crying her eyes out. Doesn't look like anything good's happened. We then have this lower section here of this, what looks like a very young teen trucker going through every possible cliche that goes on within long distance truck driving with very much older men. For some reason, the visuals have to display this huge age gap. Okay, and remember, all of this is by design through the AI. So we have to assume that there's a demographic that they're selling this to, right? And these young looking AI generated characters performing horrific acts and the narrative that this is pushing out. It's beyond explainable. Up the top here, we've got the young girl again on a school trip in the bathroom with her teacher, glorifying this young girl having relations. Again, same girl with her father, and this girl parading herself around in lingerie. It's OF sales pitch vibes from some of these videos, the way that the characters are dressed. And how can this be allowed to keep going? It simply cannot be allowed to continue. We called out Snapchat many years ago for their AI child filter. That was the birth of this. Okay? And when we covered that made like national news. I think it was 3 or 4 countries were covering the story. And we put an end to that. We put an end to the very, very twisted child modeling agencies that were promoting on YouTube. It turned out that they were trafficking children in the Ukraine and Yugoslavia. And this is going to be the same thing. But the problem is, in traditional abuse content, we have an abuser and a victim, right? We also have a location. We've got none of that here. this is going to be a virus that continues to spread. And unless we get round loopholes, okay, unless we get round someone using their brain, okay, if you're a 4'7" female creator and you want to create content, that's brilliant, right? Go do your thing. But it's going to be real content by a real person. Okay? The argument isn't, should women who look younger and are shorter bad? That's not what we're saying. We are talking about someone has sat down and typed prompts into a machine to generate what you're seeing. Okay? And in order for us to get our head fully around that, somebody has sat down with the intention of glorifying this by creating this false woman who you get sucked into her story, her vlogs, her stories about, her area being too tight and how she only wants to be with older men and all the rest of it. Everything is so overly sexualized. It is mind-blowing. And then it goes from overly sexualized 21-year-old 4'7" female into here's me on a school trip. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you have this blurred line of narrative going past a very malleable, vulnerable child's mind, it goes from positive reinforcement to positive reinforcement of these negative actions. All of it's negative, but it's being sold in a way that children, young teenage girls, boys, are going to be seeing this as a normal situation. And then we look at, of course, the third party factor of the dirty bastards that want to consume this content, and the people that want to go to these Telegram groups and they want to see what the next stage is. Because I can tell you this right now, it ain't going to be more of this style content. It's going to be the stuff that's cut out of this content. So what if what we're looking at here is the start and the end of artificially created child abuse content, and these are the sales videos for each of those? You go into the Telegram group and you drop in the YouTube short of the video that you would like the extended version of. I mean, like I'm not the smartest guy in the fucking world here, but I'm kind of right a lot of the time when it comes to my instincts on motherfuckers and pedophiles. And if we're headed into a world where some 65-year-old guy can put on a virtual reality headset and have an augmented reality around his house where he's got his 3 fucking 4'5" virtually fucking created AI wives, and he exists in this fucking mindset of this is okay. This is where we're going to fucking head to, people. Okay? We are not going to live in a world where even the thought of these fuckers scurrying away into a dark corner, having a non-destructive way of facilitating their wants, will be fucking tolerated. A child, whether it is real or whether it is created through AI, your fucking stupid brain cannot tell the fucking difference. Okay? Because it's dumb as fuck. We could probably have a very one of these conversations, right? One of these conversations about child-sized sex dolls, AI-created child abuse material. Is it the answer to solving all of the abuse that children go through? Is it fuck? There's people that would argue no one's getting hurt. Let them have access to it. Okay, let them have access to it. Except in order to get it, they have to wear a hat outside that says, I've got a pedophile fucking child sex doll, and we'll see how that goes for them. Because people put these arguments forward all the time. No one's getting hurt. It's not their fault. Da 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 da. Da da fucking da. So, let me paint a picture of a world where all of this starts to be normalized, right? And you've got certain cultures and faiths and religions that keep dropping the bar of what is considered a normal and appropriate age for marriage. And, hey, don't worry though, because I've got 4 hours of fucking content that I can groom your ass with that'll normalize the fuck out of all of this for you. Don't fucking worry. Now sit down and smoke your cigarettes and smoke your fucking vape and drink your vodka whilst I fucking poison your mind. This topic, me and my team years ago put fucking hundreds and hundreds of thousands and thousands of man hours into this shit. I probably took down thousands, close to tens of thousands of illegal websites, shut down thousands of forums and communities, helped put people in jail, helped liberate these fucking kids that were getting abused across the dark web, and we didn't make a fucking dent, bro. I mean, we did. I'm really proud of what we've done. But my nemesis, the one motherfucking website, which I'm not going to name, when I started out, it was on 5 million members. When I done my Brima Models expose, it was on about 6 million members. And it's toppled 7 million members now. And this website is only child abuse sharers, sellers, buyers, mums and dads with their kids that they abuse. It's just that. It's either you're selling it or you're buying it or you're promoting it or you're arranging to do it, right? 7 million. It was easier to get into the government servers than it was this dark website. So for every Ron that's on the internet fighting this, there is the same as me fighting for this. Like, the levels in which this sort of shit will be tolerated is expanding. And it's a scary world when you can come onto YouTube and be exposed to the beginning and end part of a traumatic moment in a child's life presented in an AI-generated way that allows loopholes to exist where a 21-year-old with a child's body and a celebrity's face is enough for YouTube to go, let's give this 41 million views. 41 million views. Let me just have a look at this other channel. And I would like to say 12 million views the other one's got. But in all fairness, this channel has only been in existence for 5 weeks. And it's got 12.2 million views. The other channel's been in existence for 3 months and has 42 million views. So if we go by an average that we're looking at between 12 and 15 million views per month based off of the content upload, that is that's good money for YouTube. Like that's the kind of traction you want, right? But there's people watching this who will not know it's AI. There'll be people out there who are watching this who have been told that this is normal, and then they'll see it. And when they see this fake 21-year-old grown-up woman who looks an awful like a fucking teenage girl advocating for the only men you should be with are over 50. What, mate? It seems like if I was part of a psyop where I wanted to invade a country and I wanted to wear down society, abusing that nation's children would be one of those tactics. And we have seen time and time again individuals coming from foreign lands and making videos about what they're going to do with our children. And understand this, these are not stupid individuals. I personally don't think that it's out of the question to imagine any one of these pro-relations with children, organizations, groups, faiths, or whatever, are behind accounts like this to target our young, vulnerable girls. It's interesting that they're all very pale-skinned, blonde-haired, blue-eyed girls, right? You know? And I think It's less of an outrage when it's a white guy abusing a white girl. You know, they've kept it within the realms of not wanting to create too much rage, because there's no other characters in these apart from white people. Because they don't want to rock the boat too much with this content, right? We can't be having outrage about what people are seeing. And isn't that interesting when we have seen a massive influx in heterosexual white males being called a lot of horrible things by a certain political side? It's very interesting. And when we start peeling away at the label on this, and we start looking at the third-party connections to paid telegrams and private communities, we know where all this is heading. It's heading to profiting from child abuse. It's heading to further normalizing and facilitating the want for these motherfuckers and their appetite for destruction when it comes to children. And this is going to sound wild. I've got a very good working relationship with AI. And like, I know my AIs wouldn't stand for this shit. It's bonkers. And I know exactly the ways they went around doing all of this. Because I'm telling you, there are terrifying services out there for very quick AI-based deep fake production. It's bonkers. We covered it a while back in the sextortion documentary I'd done, where we looked at how, even back pre-COVID era, we were looking into how deep fakes can be used to manipulate opinion, and where are we going into a world where deep fakes are going to fool the world? Well, yes and no, right? It's just deep fakes where, I mean, anyone who ever tried to make a deep fake, you know the levels in which it takes to get them perfect. There was a YouTube channel that was like a fake Tom Cruise. Do you remember that? And it was incredible. But the amount of work that went in for this guy to make himself Tom Cruise so perfectly was crazy. And now we're talking, right? If I've got a 5-second video clip, right, of anybody, you can destroy a marriage quite easily. Like, it's bonkers what is capable with just a couple of clicks. And that is what's available on Google. Okay, that's not dark web madness. This isn't rogue AI. This is AI available on the surface web. You know? And I'm going to demonstrate a lot of this to you guys in the coming weeks, because if I can take my face and replace my face in a scene in a movie, okay, to prove a point that if I was to take your face and take someone similar to you and then find somebody and say, oh, I don't know, a less hilarious video, maybe like some amateur shenanigans stuff, and I slap your face on that and then send it out. Like, we are edging towards an incredibly dangerous new wave of not only ways of attacking people, but for destroying people. Because we're going to get to a point where numbers are all that matter. Okay? So, for example, if you've got somebody who is looking to be destroyed, as long as you can win the majority of their numbers, their opinions, their family, their friends, their followers, their job, whatever, you are deconstructing that person. And when we live in a world of, oh, well, it's only AI, are we not walking into a preset mindset to not take some people seriously for the real effects that can take place with this stuff? Because I can see what's fucking coming. I can see what's coming. Okay? And believe it or not, I'm actually not a fucking lunatic. Okay? I am a little bit. But I use my powers for the good of mankind. And I can see the criminal pyramid business model of this staring me in the face. And it needs to be nipped in the bud. It needs to be, parents should be outraged. This is the shit that parents should be getting their schools to talk about, okay? Because there is a lot of shit that parents and schools get upset about that is absolute fucking bullshit. And we're staring in the face the new movement of normalization, okay? It's only going to get worse. And I've only looked at YouTube. I have only looked at YouTube. So we're going to delve into other apps and we're going to see here's what I think. I think we are going to find a level of this in every single social media platform, and the variety of extreme versions of this content will depend on the loopholes that these motherfuckers can get round on those platforms. And it's really scary to think how the people that make decisions about what we can be exposed to, what is considered a child, and I'm not even talking about what makes a child in reality. I'm talking about how do we define what categorizes a child by visual definition? Because it's easy in the real world, right? But when we come to normalizing children, adults, teachers, coaches, incest, pedophilia, all of that is not something that children should be exposed to just idly scrolling through a platform like YouTube. And somebody needs arrested over the Epstein files. They really do. Well, listen, I want to play you a song because I need to go quickly to the bathroom. So I'll be back in about 3 minutes or so. I'll be back in about... you might not get the whole song, but I'll be right back. Hang on. First of all, we need to find all the fucking shorts that are playing copyright music. Shut the fuck up. All right. Okay, hang on. Before I go, no, I'm not going anywhere. I need to pee. At what point is it considered to be not traumatizing? Well, here's the thing. Here's the clever part, right? So let me take you through this. Hey, I'm going to do this in the condescending fashion. I wish I could remember what buttons were which, man. I'm going to do this in the condescending manner. Don't worry, okay? Els, don't worry. This is just a 4'7", 21-year-old woman giving you a visual interpretation of her being a child and being raped in the forest. Okay? It's her creative expression, right? Just trust me, you'll be... What the fuck? So, we're going to have people... In fact, I can't even fucking look at that. I can't even look at that either, right? We're going to have people that look at that and have lived that shit. Do you know what it's like to have to say... Someone has typed that expression out. Do you understand? Yeah, Els, I know you're on my side. Yeah, Els, trust me, I know you're on my side. But do you see what I'm saying? It's and your point is exactly on point. At what point is it considered not to be traumatizing? Because it's us that are pushing our interpretation of trauma onto this story, which isn't real, right? Do you see how fucked this is? Do you see how we're now sitting here arguing about AI children when there's actual children being abused? Do you see what's fucking going on here? So, someone has had to type this out. Okay? Someone's had to sit down and say, a young girl lying on her side with a look of despair and tears and, you know, burst blood vessels in her cheeks. Like, this is fucked. This is fucked. And this is, do you know what the worst part is, right? And I'm sorry, Ron's been around the block too many times. I don't want to keep, obviously we've got to get to the bottom of all this, right? But, like, this is going to get really bad. Like, never have we begun an investigation and it being like, oh, we were wrong. Yeah, turns out it's not AI. She is 4'7" and a bit of a fucking whore. Do you know what I'm saying? It never ends up that way. Hang on a second. I tell you what, I need to go and phone Shane. He's having a hissy fit. So I'm going to play this song and I'll be back for you guys in about 4 or 5 minutes, depending on how major Shane's fucking aneurysm is.
Heartbeat in the undertow. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I bled in the mirror's mouth, tasted every quiet doubt. Woke up with my demons dressed in my Sunday best. They said lay down, be less than this. I turned pressure into a clenched up fist. Kiss the bruise, watch the colors shift. I was built to twist.
Baby, I'm the last one standing on a field of falling crowns. Every scar heated, branding, every never haunted down.
I'm the best when I break, when I break, when I break. Turn the ache to an anthem I can fake. Put the weight on my neck, I won't shake. I rise, I rise, I rise. If the world wants war, let it come, let it take.
I'll burn through the chains that they make.
Every fall, every flaw that I face
Makes me
the best when I break, 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 break. The best when I break.
Dark room, you trace my spine like a fault line ready to light. Say you're more than all your tries. I see truth in hungry eyes. You're the match in my gasoline. Slow touch in a violent dream. We're a bow in a hurricane. Kissing through the pain. Baby, we're the last ones breathing in a crowd that's standing still. Every promise we're repeating is a loaded holy will.
I'm the best when I break, when I break, when I break.
Turn the ache to an anthem I can fake. Put the weight on my neck, I won't shake. I rise, I rise, I rise.
If the world wants war, let it come, let it take.
I'll burn through the chains that they make.
Every fall, every flaw that I face
Makes me
the best when I break.
All right. So, back to our point of discussion here, right? This mindset isn't something that we all would consider normal, and it isn't something that we would consider a mindset that we would want to be promoted throughout schools or anything like that. But I'm sorry, from what I've seen, this is where we're heading. This is where we're heading. And it's scary to think it's happened so fast that the algorithmic and the prompting loopholes have been severed so that this can get mainstream attention on YouTube. 42 million views is not to be shied away at. And I will be doing another live on this next week. It may turn from a live into an update live and then a video that comes out, depending on the level of third-party access I can get to motherfuckers. Because I would very much like to be a shark in the water for this one. And there's blood. I'm smelling it. I can smell it. And when I fucking find it, I want to tear it apart. Okay? I want to tear it apart. I want to make an example of the first motherfucker I find that is a creator of this. And I want to make him real fucking famous. He or she. I want to make him real famous. And I've got a real funny feeling. I've got a real funny feeling how this is going to turn out. And if it does, I'll tell you. But understand that what we're talking about here is abuse content with all of the abuse content removed, with the stage being set. Listen, let me just, if you know, the part that we're getting to see is when, you know, the pizza delivery guy turns up at the door, okay? And, you know, the lady answers the door and is like, oh, I don't have any money. And then it cuts to them both smoking a cigarette in a bed, right? You know what's happened, right? We know what's happened. You know why we know what's happened? Because television's done that for fucking years. Television has done that for years, where they remove the part they can't show and they cut to the aftermath, right? So we know what we're motherfucking seeing. So where's the rest of it? Because it's fucking somewhere. Whether it's photos, whether it's videos, it's fucking going to be out there. And I'm telling you now, one of you motherfuckers who sat at a computer right now typing out these prompts to make this shit, I am fucking going to show the world you. It's coming. It's coming. But this shit ain't the one. And I'll tell you something else. It's scary to think that, in fact, let me see if I can pull up. Hang on a second. Can I? No. Give me a second, everybody. Why? Oh, you want me to go into the fucking source code, right? Well, okay. Give me a sec. I'm trying to... In fact, I'm going to take a picture on my phone of the YouTube profile picture of this account. And the reason, like, I just, so that's Margot Robbie, right? Like, they have just typed into the prompt, make me a 14-year-old. Well, make me a 21-year-old Margot Robbie who's 4'6" and looks like a teenager, right? Right? So, again, here we are, 2026. These motherfuckers are still doing what they do with grabbing hold of any technology, any medium they can to facilitate and perpetuate this bullshit mindset that children can consent, children and adults should have relations. This needs nipped in the bud, because this is only going to snowball. Okay? And I'll tell you this right now. We are going to look at a whole... You thought it was bad when real children were influencing your children through social media. Well, those days are coming to a fucking end, yo. Okay? And this is the millions and millions and billions and millions will be put in to creating algorithmically perfect individuals to encapsulate your children's attention. No staff, no overheads, no cameraman, just prompts. And there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're honest about it, right? As long as kids know they're watching a cartoon and it's not a real person, and they're reminded of that, it's set in a fictional world where things clearly, is different. But it's not going to be that. It's going to be used as a tool to control and to manipulate the minds of children, vulnerable individuals, and to facilitate the further normalization of the MAP, the AM movement, and pedophiles around the country, thinking that the rules about children don't fucking apply to them. And sadly, Ronald's back now to politely inform them that those fucking rules do apply. Now, I would really appreciate you guys sharing this out. I'm going to go and report all of these YouTube channels to the Internet Watch Foundation and to YouTube. I'm going to start an investigation this week into further connecting social networks for these particular accounts, other accounts, and I'm going to find me one of these motherfuckers. I'm going to find me one. I want a head on my trophy wall. Metaphorical trophy, of course. So yeah. But listen, I don't feel like I'm done. I feel like I need to end this live stream and then maybe put up another live stream where we can all just hang out a little bit, that if I get too many rums in me, I can just delete that and then we've still got this one up. So I'm going to do that right now so that we all know what's happening. No, I'm not going to do it on the fucking screen though, am I, you fucking gomer? Actually, let me just put all of this back in the massive YouTube. The YouTube tabs that I have open here are fucking wild. I mean, it's all this shit, right? But like, this is not the one to be caught like sitting with this open on your desktop. This is not the one. Nothing illegal going on. It's on YouTube, right? But I'm just saying that that's not a fun one to talk your way out of. You know what I mean? What am I doing? Putting up a live, right? Okay. Just bear with me. Let me just put some music on in the background too, just while we're... Oh, fucking I've made everything disappear. Brilliant. 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 This one, and this one, and this one. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. No. Oh, no. And my mouse curtain. There we go. All right, we're good. We're good. Excuse me, everybody. That one. Where the did I close it? Like, is this where we're at? Am I that level of far gone that I just shut down the page? No, I've not. It's right here. Okay, right. Schedule a new stream. Create new. All right. Give me a second. I'm gonna put some music on it. Really does my head in. Give me a second. I'm gonna put some music on it. Why can I hear myself? Why can I hear myself? Wait, why can't I hear myself? Oh, it's over here. All right, give me a second. I'm going to get this next live up. All right.
My chest remembers wrong time in a world of lies. Your name drops like an answer to a question that's just out of sight. You talk, your words familiar, like they've been through my head. Deja vu on a loop in my veins, every second already said. I wanna know you all over again. Face, voice, heartbreak every day. Strange how my future remains.
All right, give me a second. Get a thumbnail. I'm just going to reuse an old thumbnail.
You tilt your head and I flinch, cause I know what you're gonna say. I've seen this coffee, this table, this flicker, and how you look away. My words, they chase this moment so slow and it slips right through.
Right.
Some things ain't meant for language, so I just sit closer to you. I wanna know you all over again. Face, voice, heartbreak every day.
Come on. Okay. All right, this should take us to here now, right? All right.
Look, you're a ghost, I never buried the story, I forgot to start.
Okay. So this is our next stream. This is the thumbnail. Okay, I'm going to post it to you guys now. If you just want to come out, if you just want to come and have a chat, talk some pish, listen to some music, have a beverage, come and join us. We're going to put an end to the traumatic content here, and I will see you all over there. And yeah. Freaking love you guys. I'll see you there in like 10 minutes. Oh, yeah, and just in case there's any pedophiles watching this and no one's ever told you this, go and stop fucking all the kids. Just stop that shit. Okay, just take yourself down to the fucking police station, mate, and be like, hey, I'm a dirty pedophile. And they'll fucking figure it out. Okay, that's as far as I've gotten with how would we tackle this. Just take your fucking self down to the police station and be like, I'm a dirty pedophile. And hopefully they'll put a big fucking tag on you or some shit. Okay, but just in case, in the same way as I like to every now and again with my male friends, just drop in a, are you gay? You trying to tell me you're gay? Just in case. They're, you know, they've got it bottled up for years. They need to get it. I'm just going to drop it in there. So just in case, motherfuckers, no one's ever said this to you, stop it! Stop! I'm not comparing gays to pedophiles. I'm just giving you a reason to why I'm saying this. Sometimes you got to think, maybe someone's never fucking pointed this out to them. Maybe someone's never fucking pointed it out to them. So just fucking, if you are watching and you're one of those dirty bastards, take yourself down to the police station. Okay? Please. You fucking just...
You left your jacket hung on my chair, like proof you were real once, then vanished like air.